Hi, good evening. I'm here with Gil. And Gil, he has an incredible testimony. You can just go ahead and then lean back and just relax. It is your home after all, right? So um, I asked Gil if we can get his testimony of him and his wife. So him and his wife were pretty much about to be 59 years married, and she passed away. And I think it's one of those really rare occasions to be able to even know someone who's been married for that long. So Gil, how is it that you were able to keep a marriage going for 59 years?
Well, but mainly sticking together, not going out drinking with friends or out with friends, just including it in everything I did.
Everything you
Everything we did everything together.
did,
We
yes.
went shopping together. We went to the market together, and we would always take our kids. Any place we wanted to go.
Well, earlier today you did say that you even to the last days when it was hard for her to even walk
Yeah,
or to even get up, right?
yeah.
That
I
she needed
used to
help.
last couple weeks. She couldn't even take a shower anymore. She used to go in the shower, and I had to sit her down in the stool and have her take a shower. Then when she was done, I have to go help her out of the shower and sit her down and dry her. Sometimes she'd run out of oxygen, so I would have to run her oxygen to the bathroom.
Wow.
And I would bring her to her chair, and she'd sit on her chair. But she was very sick the last couple months, and I've been taking care of her. I was her sole health provider. I gave her shots. I took her sugar because she had diabetes. I took her sugar, gave her shots, gave her medications, ordered her medications all the time, make sure she didn't run out. So
Just caring
I took
for the
care of her,
woman that the
her
Lord gave you.
oxygen, ordering her oxygen when she was running out. It's mainly taking care of her. I say the last 2 years, I was constantly taking care of
The
her.
last 2 years it was
Last two
constant.
years. She needed she went through,
That's probably around the time I actually met you.
yeah, she
Yes.
was a cancer survivor.
Wow.
Then she had a lung problem. She had what they call hardening of the lungs, which is not curable. And then she started with kidney problems, retaining too much water in her body, and she had what her lung disease was called pulmonary fibrosis, which is hardening of the lungs,
Hmm.
and there's nothing to cure it. And she was on oxygen. The last,
Yes.
I say, the last 2 years, she was constantly oxygen 24/7.
I do remember that, and she would be sitting in that
Yeah,
chair.
that was her chair.
That was her chair right
Yeah.
there, and
She would always sit in the chair. And
yeah.
if she was in the hospital, the doctor, when he asked her if he could give her dialysis, she never wanted dialysis. He said, "Can I give you one session of dialysis?" She said, "Yeah, you can take one session if you promise me you're going to send me home to sit on my chair."
Mm.
So she wanted to come home, sit
Yes.
on her chair, and her babies were the most important thing in her life. Like our grandkids.
Yes.
She did everything for her grandkids, you and she wanted to live for her grandkids.
That's it. Yes. And you're about to have a great
We're
grandchild,
going to
right?
have our first great grandchild
Yes.
in January.
Yes.
My
Wow.
my oldest stepdaughter. She's my stepdaughter, my great granddaughter.
Yes.
So we've always loved her as a granddaughter. And she's my son-in-law's daughter
Yes.
from his first marriage. But she was part of our family. We loved her just like we loved our own children.
Yes.
And she's going to give. Grandma would have been so proud of her having her first great
Great
grandchild.
grandchild. That's incredible. I mean, it's. I'm gonna show some of the
Sure, go
photos
right
here,
ahead. Yeah.
and
Some
then
of the family pictures. She
the
always.
the letter that you showed me.
Uh,
So, 59. Yeah, 50, 58 years, almost 59 years married, and so here's a letter here I want to show on the date on there, October 28th, 1962. And I actually had a chance to read the letter, and it's a very it's just, I mean, you talk about love and the way how he expressed himself, and Gil, he's man, you know what, I wish I would have gotten both of them. At the time I didn't have the YouTube channel, but um, something I remember Miss Irma saying, because at the time it was what, 50, I think it's 57 years you guys were married at the time when we met, right? And I asked both of you, and then she answered. She said, well, I asked, what keeps a marriage together, right? What has kept you together? And she said, and it made me laugh. Her reply, she said, I just ignore him. That's 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 what she said. Yeah, and so it just really and like you said, just being together all the time, right? It was, yeah, it's, yeah. Something you said was that you go to the grocery store, even though she couldn't get out of the car and walk around, she would just stay in the car.
She would never let me go to a place by myself. I went to the market. She would say she couldn't walk, and she said, I want to go with you, even if I'll wait in the car for you." So I would take her, because she didn't want to stay by herself.
Yeah.
You know. So and that's the way we have always been. We've always done every place together.
That's love
She
right
would
there.
ask me, I want to go to Ross or I want to go to Chico's, buy clothes. I used to take her all the time. I never said no. I'm too busy.
Yeah.
I would just
Always
whatever I was
together.
doing, I would just take her.
Yes.
And we go to Marshalls. We go to Kohl's. We go to Chico's and just walk around. Even she didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
She just wanted to be out.
Just want to be out of the house with you and together, right?
Yeah.
That's love right there. And here, let me show a picture of her also. She, I mean, she's already,
advanced Wi-Fi.
at this point, she was, I don't know, how old do you say she was here?
That was her funeral
Seamless
service.
connectivity.
Oh, that was a funeral service picture. Okay.
Spectrum One.
That was the
I
last
came
picture she
in order
took
and I
with my
approve
kids.
this message.
Last picture. Okay. Last picture she took.
Turns out
Yes.
the real Scott Ball
I do remember her, and
That was the last picture my kids took of her.
yes.
more than 20 criminal
Yeah.
charges.
There's. I do remember the conversations we had, and
For breaking campaign finance law.
anyhow, wisdom, definitely wisdom, and this is a family of believers, and it's something that he expresses in the letter also. Jesus, and just he's gonna help me get through this, because he was drafted actually. So Mr. Gill, he was drafted. Here, tell them a little bit about that. You were drafted into the army.
Yeah, I became a citizen beginning of '63, and about 2 months after that, I got drafted into the army. And at that time, I weighed 109 pounds, and I was small. And I told my mother they had called me to take my exam in LA. So she said, "Oh, they're not going to take you. You're too small." So I went through my physical, and they told me, "Well, we'll see you back in 2 weeks. You're going into the army."
Yes.
So I got home, and she couldn't believe it. She started crying because she wouldn't believe I was going to go into the army.
Yeah, it can be something scary for a parent to find that out, especially when they have the certainty of like, hey, they're not going to take you. You're only 109 pounds, but they definitely build you up. You said you went in 109 and then came out at
weighing 138.
138, so pretty much 30 pounds there that you gained of muscle. So hey, so it's here. Let me show you one more thing, and this is the picture with the great-grandchildren. There's Mr. Gill there with his wife, and here, yeah, Gill and his wife, and then that's their grandchildren, 6 of them, and then great-grandchildren they're going to be having from her right there, their granddaughter. one great grandchildren child on the way. And what's a piece of wisdom you can give a young man who go into marriage and into I mean, marriage is meant to be forever, biblically speaking,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Till death do us part, basically.
my
And,
best,
you know,
my best
so.
advice I can give is to go, not to go drinking with your buddies. Okay, you got to remember you're a married man now. You got to give your wife your full attention.
That's one of the mistakes you said you made, right?
Yeah.
Tell us the story. I know you said it to me, but tell us the story.
Yeah.
here,
Well, the
just to-
mistake I made was when I was working with the hotels. The vice president was a drinker, and he would invite me to have a couple of drinks with him. Well, I was already going late at home because she knew what time I got off work, and I was a couple hours late, and she was very disturbed about that, especially if I'm out there drinking.
Right.
So I said, well, it's not. I'm only doing it for the vice president. I'm not doing it for me. So I quit, and I never again went out drinking with anybody, with my friends.
Yeah.
Yes, we used to drink with my in parties with my brothers and my nephews, but I never went out to drink with my buddies and leave her at home.
Yes. That's a mistake you made, like you said, and you learned that quickly
That's
not
right.
to do
I learned my
that.
lesson.
And we all make mistakes.
Yeah,
I mean,
I made my mistake.
it's really incredible to just be able to have Gil here, and thank you so much, Gil.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for your time, and
You're welcome.
we just we
We lived a good life.
yes.
We're good kids, and my kids learn from our encouragements that we passed on to them.
Yes. Yes. Amen. All right. So with that being said, have a blessed day.
Thank
Jesus
you.
bless you.